I mean, I don't know, maybe some people are just here to hear us and listen to us talk. You never know. But taking a look at the defense, in all seriousness, we got Mufu on the Zenyatta, Shark on the Reinhardt, Shadowburn on McCree, Forsaken on Symmetra, Cooler on Lucio, and Cypher on the Junkrat. I think Mufu was actually missing yesterday for Quake Fortress. I believe they had a sub or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember calling out Mufu yesterday for sure. I know they were playing with a sub, which is actually, I think, why they're moving a couple games to today, but it's all good on that end. Pretty standard looking defense. Junkrat, of course, is going to be the highlight of this defense. As we've seen on King's Row several times, they're going to have to worry about dislodging him. In an attempt to do that, R-Tier will be playing McCree, Dracaeus will be on Lucio, Bromas on Zarya, Vonithil on Lucio, second Lucio, Lynx on second McCree, and Reinforce will be playing Reinhardt. Reinforce is a popular player known to play mostly Reinhardt.
Well, the interesting thing to me here is that we're not actually seeing the addition of a Pharah. Usually we see teams really clutch on the Pharah for their play on King's Row first point. A lot of teams think it's pretty vital, but no Pharah coming out just here, taking a look at the Junkrat. Cypher is in the back, got fire off a few shots and back off. Not willing to stay there for too long, not for his ability to stay alive. Reinforce so charging right in. Here comes Flat Earth. R-Tier at the first pick of the game on the Mufu. Lynx takes out Forsaken. 2 kills now for Flat Earth as they move in. Shadowburn fighting back a little bit, is able to take out Lynx. Reinforce so with a 3rd kill takes out Shadowburn. And so far, looking really good from Flat Earth, and R-Tier absolutely going off early in this game.
Yeah, it's like 4 kills on their side. The absence of Pharah is a good point to bring up too, because it's usually what you see teams run to try to dislodge the Junkrat from that point. Of course, they did fine with just double McCrees here. R-Tier going off, and they're going to get this point in very quick fashion.
Yeah, R-Tier able to go up and just get things done, period. Flat Earth rolling around, very dominant so far in this game. They're just going to start moving up. Interesting stuff here too, Lynx now also on McCree, so we get a double McCree offense coming out.
Yeah, I think it works really well with the shields. The double Lucio, double McCree, they're going to speed burst in probably high noons when those are able to come up. Really hard to kind of counter that play when you're not expecting the McCree to be moving so
quickly.
Look
at R-Tier able to take out Forsaken. Finally though, R-Tier goes down to the McCreeing of Shadowburn. Shadowburn now leading the defense a little bit further back. Reinforce able to take out that tire. The tire graphic disappeared, by the way. It's just like a white square now.
Yeah, I see that. So they're not holding really far up in the streets, they're holding back. We might see them actually aggress towards them if they feel comfortable in a team fight, but they're down ultimates. Here comes the aggression from the offense.
The offense is coming in. Look at this Deadeye coming out from Shadowburn. It's in a decent position. He has to stop it early, though, because of the sound bear. Shark and Cypher, though, picking up a pair of kills themselves. Shadowburn, the creeping to the back. Forsaken takes out Reinforce. 3 kills now for Quake Fortress as they push back the offense of Flat Earth. Flat Earth, though, will be getting pushed back. R-Tier trying to stay alive for a little bit. Not going to do so well versus Junkrat.
So double Lucio still is what they're staying on as far as supports go. Usually you see a Zenyatta in the mix here just for the damage you can do, but we might actually see the Graviton surge into one of these high noons. Both are up right now, but what they have to do is take out Shark first, because a shield on that high noon is going to completely negate it.
Yeah, definitely. So, taking a look here at Bromas. Bromas is going to come over, potentially look for a Graviton Surge here. We do have a defensive data coming up. 2 kills for Quake Fortress, able to turn this around. We have a Tire coming in as well from Cypher. Tire not able to get quite as much value as looking for. 2 people down right now for the attackers. Forsaken able to take out Dracaeus, and again, Flat Earth going to get thrown back a little bit here.
I think they were expecting that high noon to do a little more zoning and a little more, cause a little more chaos in the backlines than it did. Lynx was up there all alone, got nothing off of that high noon, and his team was spread out and just picked off immediately. They got in really good position on the defense to avoid that high noon doing any sort of damage or even chaos or disruption at all.
Yep, so we have Forsaken as Reaper doing a little bit of long-range poke. Not necessarily Reaper's greatest benefit, but yeah, if you're going to reposition anyways, might as well take a few pot shots. We see Flat Earth coming onto the payload, looking to push forward here. Reinforce goes down to that Reaper. Deadeye coming out from the top. Shadowburn able to take out Lynx. That's 3 kills now for Quake Fortress. And Quake Fortress really find their defensive stride here.
Yeah, they've had a really good setup here, just not getting anything off of these high noons from McCree. I mean, they're running 2 of them. They've been trying to get high noons, and now their defense is going to take a very aggressive position. They feel very comfortable and unthreatened right now.
Yeah, no, this has been good stuff coming out for Quake Fortress. That being said, Lynx coming in with the double kill off the McCree. We've seen Lynx do really well on hit scan characters in general. I think one of the first times we've seen him on the McCree, but double McCree working out. Death Blossom coming in off the Reaper. Doesn't get any kills. I think it was mostly gained by the sound barrier. Reaper now having to run for his life. McCree in hot pursuit. Bang the hammer, but Reaper's still alive. Finally does go down, however. And now taking a look at this, Flat Earth is going to move up and very likely get the checkpoint here.
Yeah, they are prioritizing trying to kill Shark because they want to get these ults in. A huge Earth Shatter comes down to the back.
Yep, so about 6 minutes left after they cap that, leaving themselves with a lot of time for the last point is Flat Earth. Quake Fortress did sort of hand it to them a bit in the Streets phase. It was good delay, may not be enough, though, just given the fact that they got through the first point so quickly.
Yeah, Forsaken is going to come up on the sniper, takes down Archer right away. You see a lot of defensive snipers on this last point. It's going to be a priority target for the offense.
Yeah, right now we see Bromassa just poking from distance for Flat Earth. He will have Graviton Surge up at any moment here. We do have the Tire, though, coming up from Cypher. Tire looking for some value, is going to get taken out. I'm not even sure it was even able to explode. Defensive Transcends is out, though. Here comes Quake Fortress trying to make the most of this. Forsaken able to take out Dracaeus. So far, one dead on both sides. Bromassa able to take out Shark. Both teams trading out kills here. I'm not sure either has really gotten a big advantage. I do offense is perhaps a little bit ahead, but look at that snipe coming out from Forsaken, able to take one out. But he is the only one left here, so Flat Earth rolling to the point. Widow not able to get onto it, and
so
here comes
close.
the Diva just in time.
Yeah, they almost had a Bromos left the cart momentarily while Archer was trying to clean up the last of that, and that half a second actually really cost him capping the point there.
Dunbear coming down from the defense. Defense actually is kind of regrouping here. They're able to get back on top of it, but 3 kills, 4 kills now for Flat Earth. They're gonna mop them up, and that is going to be that on the final point.
A really good offense there, except for getting kind of held up in the streets. Someone fall.
It was just on my end, but I free camped towards the top just to give a better view at the final point, and Junkrat's corpse just flew into the camera. It was Turtle. You remember Turtles in Time where you'd throw the foot soldier and you'd run?
Yeah.
That's what that just happened. Junkrat just flew into the camera.
That was like a staple of some of those late 90s games too, where they'd, things would fly towards the screen and splat. I think Mortal Kombat had a couple of those effects in like
yeah,
episodes 4 or 5.
It's just, some say Junkrat's body is still orbiting the Earth to this day. I don't know what to I don't know what to tell you. That was pretty entertaining.
Well, 5:18 is a very beatable time. Well, actually, it ended up being pretty quick. No, I misspoke there. Not the time. I mean,
I was gonna say 5:18 is.
It's pretty quick. Yeah, I'm definitely out of sorts. I'm just kidding. You got me in Ninja Turtle nostalgia now. 5:18. It's I don't know. You talk about it. I clearly have no idea what I'm doing right now.
5:18. I mean, it's a time where it is theoretically beatable, but oftentimes a team sets a time that's under 5 minutes or under 5.5 minutes, wherever you want to take it. It's rare that the time gets beaten because the amount that you have to outplay a team to set a time that quickly means that it's more unlikely than that the other team would come back and just put in an even quicker time. Because if they're capable of putting in an even quicker time, then you'd think they would have defended for long. Sort of the conundrum that you have there.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, you could also see switch-ups on composition that will only go for the delay. I mean, their win condition is clearly set in their mind. Just as long as we slow them down a little bit at each section of the map, we should be fine.
That'd be interesting to get stat-wise, just a side note, for someone to break down all the times of the tournaments and go, when a team sets a attack time of 4 minutes or whatever, they have a 98% chance to win the next map or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers in Overwatch are hard to get a hold of, really. The tournament data is really all we have. We don't have the open APIs and replays just yet to analyze, but I know there's some people out there who work in the numbers. That would be... I would take just how often are defenders winning versus attackers, too, because that might glean some important information as well.
Yeah, I mean, particularly break it down by map, so it'd be kind of cool to come in and be like, okay, on King's Row, when an attacker wins by under 5.5 minutes, they have a 99% chance to win the game based on all observable data, so on and so forth. Stuff like that is kind of interesting.
Right.
Particularly because when teams bust it and break the odds, it's all the more exciting.
Yeah.
But we'll leave theoreticals there for now, looking at the defense coming out from the Flat Earth side. We got Bromass on the Zenyatta, Vonethil on the Lucio, R-Tier on McCree, Dracaeus on Symmetra, Lynx on the Junkrat, and Reinforce gonna round things out on the Reinhardt.
Yeah, I think we'll only see Reinforce on the Reinhardt. I don't think I've ever seen him play any other class. Offensively, though, Mufu is going to be running as Zenyatta. Shark will be on Reinhardt as well. Shadowburn will be on McCree. Forsaken on the offensive Mei, an interesting call there. Cooler on Lucio and Cypher on Zarya. Double tank and a Mei in the mix.
Yeah, we don't see Mei in the mix too often, but it's making her grand appearance here today. Take a look at R-Tier. I like this part where R-Tier is poking out from, using the statue for cover and getting good poke while not being super vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, Mei we see on defense a lot of times, especially, with to stall out a time like this, but a really interesting offensive pusher. They're just going to segment off this alley. Really smart play from Mei.
Yeah, Quake Fortress coming in pretty heavily off that. Dracaeus first kill of the game on the Mufu Cypher, able to take out R-Tier. R-Tier being down doesn't necessarily bode well for the defense. R-Tier very often the heart of the Flat Earth defense. 2 kills now, 3 kills for Quake Fortress, so Quake Fortress moving with quite a bit of haste here.
Yeah, they're just taking really favorable engagements. There was a 3-on-1 versus the Reinhardt there. This Junkrat's going to get cleaned up top, and a 1v1 versus Shadowburn too. So they're going to be able to set a pretty good time on this point, unless the defense starts to get back in. I think it's a mistake to come back in at this point, though.
Yep. No, this is looking pretty good for them. They're going to move forward. They've only a minute has been burned off their time so far, so they're making the time they need to beat the time that Flat Earth just set.
Yeah, a little bit stalled there by Arts here. I mean, essentially just giving them a little bit of alt charge, really. I'm not entirely certain what that was about. Bromos actually switches off now. He's on Soldier 76. Lynx comes up as Tracer, so they're transitioning to a different comp on defense.
Yeah, defense switching up. So the offensive A doing some work here early on. But the key for Quake Fortress here is that they need to get through the streets phase relatively quickly. They don't want to get stalled out, and Vitalta is going to be getting a team wipe on this next team fight.
Yeah, people think about May. Well, never mind. Here's the fight.
Oh, nice. Graviton Surge coming out. Deadeye from the back. Beautiful stuff coming out from Cypher and Shadowbird. And that is the full team wipe they needed. Shadowbird going absolutely crazy off that Graviton Surge, landing a good Deadeye. And now the streets are completely clear for Quake Fortress to move up.
A blizzard just for whatever, I guess. What I was going to talk about May is a lot of people think of her, you know, she's very utility driven based on that blizzard and then her sustainability, but really I think in competitive play you're going to see just use of her ice wall to be able to segment teams off, to take favorable engagements, to immediately put a fight in your advantage.
Yeah, that being said, we do have Lynx on the defensive tracer, able to pick off 2 kills right now, has Pulse Bomb up, could be dropping this Pulse Bomb all over the offense in just a moment, is moving up, being very, very aggressive, out of blanks though, has to be a little bit careful, can't go in just yet, but yeah. So, look at Pulse Bomb over the shield, doesn't quite connect, but I like the idea. Good stuff coming up from Lynx, even if it didn't actually go the way you was planning. Meanwhile, we got Earthshatter coming out from the offense. They're turning this around just like that. 3 kills now for the offense of Quake Fortress off the Earthshatter of Shark. 4 kills now. Lynx able to turn around a little bit, kills Vufu. But this is not looking all that great for Flat Earth right now, as Quake Fortress is making a lot of haste here. Yeah,
it forced out that res too, so that's not going to be available. And now they have a really nice combo up in the Earthshatter and the High Noon if they choose to use those two together. Only ultimates up are Bromos and Artier, but those are some pretty decent offensive and defensive utility ultimates doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, I gotta say, I didn't expect Quake Fortress to come out quite with this level of play on the offensive end. I felt like they got bullied a bit on the defense, but this is looking pretty good for them so far. We do have the Graviton Surge coming out. Deadeye comes up for the follow, but does not work. Shadowburn is taken out. And Flat Earth going to hold on at least for now from those ultimates.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason you see is still Reinhardt so prevalent in the meta is because you see McCree everywhere, and Reinhardt is a great counter to the McCree plays. I mean, even the ultimate is tough. That's why you have to focus down these tanks before you try to hit a High Noon.
Yeah, I mean, McCree and Reinhardt have a love-hate relationship. Reinhardt definitely can prevent Deadeye from getting the value it wants, but McCree himself can actually bust Reinhardt too by throwing stuff over the shield and whatnot. It's not a... They both have their periods where they're good against each other, I suppose. Artier able to take out Forsaken here. Long range McCree versus Widow play working on Artier's favor. Flat Earth fighting back. They only have to hold for 1:20 here, so a nice Deadeye from Artier completes a triple kill. And down goes Zarya. So this is going to be a full wipe in favor of Flat Earth. So despite all the good time that Quake Fortress has made so far, realistically, they only have about a minute left, which means that they have to win this next team fight and keep moving forward. And that's just sort of the power of how quickly Flat Earth went on their attack run.
Yeah, they transitioned in a couple different heroes too, so their ultimates are going to be down. Forsaken's going to try to get work on this Widow. Offensive Widow is difficult here, especially when you don't have a defensive Widow to be your primary target. We'll see what he can get done though.
Reinforce coming in and charging. Artier able to take out Shadowbird. 2 kills. Reinforce going to go down though. And Shark now with the 3rd kill. 4th kill. W Mouse wanting to victory here. Shark with just the Reinhardt quad kill.
Yeah, I mean, the Earthshatter itself was good, but then just hammering down everyone.
Just W Mouse 1 all day to extreme results. The only problem here for Quake Fortress is that they only have 30 seconds left. This is still doable, but they need to wipe out Flat Earth immediately here and keep moving. 23 seconds left. They do have the Graviton Surge coming down. Deadeye is coming out as well, reinforced with the Earthshatter though. Counter-charging the enemy Reinhardt. Really going back and forth here as it goes in, and they're saying 10 seconds, ... I'm not sure they have enough time here.
It's going to be close. That ... from Forsaken is because he got counter-sniped by Lynx, who came up very late on the end onto a Widowmaker, and that is going to be
GG is called. What a close game, though. Quake Fortress coming very close to taking this.
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that if you look at the results, it's kind of surprising because I always expect, you know, they always put up good matches against good teams. So it's surprising that they don't really have the win-loss to count up for it. I think I was looking for them in the rankings. They're like 40 overall on GozerGamers.net, which I would not have guessed at all.
You know what I just realized, by the way, about this map and the EMP bomb and all the rest? It's not just the EMP bomb that's going in. When it gets to the end, you actually see the EMP graphic explode.
Huh. Yeah, I got it. Just
Bit of Overwatch lore there.
there.
Yeah, I mean, it's generally be one of those things where you have Zenyatta on your team, and Zenyatta just dies after the payload gets there.
That was that enormous first
I'm going
wipe.
too full.
Really smart there to like boost everyone through that too, because the Reinhardt shield could have prevented a lot of that, but not when you push people through to both sides. He's just spinning in a circle trying to prevent as much damage as possible, and ended up with a full team wipe. Cypher had a ton of kills that game, did a lot of damage on Zarya.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was a good showing by Quake Fortress. Yes, they got bullied a little bit on their defensive end, but they really came back on the offense and came really one team fight away from taking map number 1 away from Flat Earth.
Yeah, super close. Yeah, that's why I'm always very confused. I always think Quake Fortress has a team to win, or a chance to win, even against a team of such quality as Flat Earth, and they showed exactly their why. It's just, for some reason or another, they do lose games that I don't think they should necessarily lose, and that's reflected in the rankings, but they're a team that I consider rock solid in a lot of times.